Tu si ponovo, prošli put sam te pitao jel treniraš, jer izgledaš šlank, prošle godine rekao si da si tip top, čini mi se da je tako i ove godine.
Pa prošle godine sam baš bio tip top, mogu sam da igram ovu pravu konkurenciju, ove godine nisam toliko fit, nisam imao vremena baš za sebe da treniram.
Sad samo tip, nisi top.
A kako god, svakako mislim da će biti dovoljno. Ovo je, opet kažem, velika čast, privilegija da su me opet pozvali, jer samo 24 igrača zovu, treća godina za redom, opet prilika za Leona i Lunu da malo više vremena provedemo na Vimbldonu zajedno, za Leona da bude na travi, da igra u čemu uživa, a imam novu partnerku, Barbaru Šet, generacija smo, znamo se od juniorskih dana i evo tek sada se ukazala prilika da igramo zajedno, malo smo se šalili na tu temu, ali sve super.
Verovatno si pomislio u jednom trenutku da bi mogao ove godine da budeš na Vimbldonu, ali drugačiji ulaz, da budeš Novakov trener. Ta saradnja je bila relativno kratka, nije se na kraju produžila. Zašto?
Pa nisam očekivao, znači nikad se ne zna u tenisu da li će se nešto desiti, da li neće. Ono što mogu da kažem, naša saradnja od 5 nedelja je bila stvarno sjajna. On mi se zahvalio posle Rima, rekao da će nastaviti sam posle i to je bilo to. Mislim, ja sam nastavio dalje sa svojim nekim rutinama, obavezama koje imam. Bila mi opet čast i zadovoljstvo da budem ta dva turnira sa njim, Monte Carlo i Rim. Vidjet ćemo šta budućnost donosi.
Igra dobro, gledao si njegove mečeve?
Nešto sam gledao, koliko sam stigao. Video sam da je poslednji meč odigrao najbolje, da podiže formu. Ipak ima mnogo više iskustva nego bilo ko od igrača ovde na travi i mislim da kako turnir odmiče da je sve bolje i bolje.
Kaži mi samo, just a second, thank you. Kaži mi samo, i stalno pričamo da li postoji šansa da se oprostiš na zvaničan način. Je li to sada već otišao voz ili još uvijek možemo da očekujemo nešto? Mislim da si zaslužio da te ljudi vide u poslednjoj akciji.
Ma mislim, ja se nikad neću oprostiti od tenisa. Tenis će uvek ostati u srcu do kraja života. Evo, najbolji primjeri su neko poput McEnroea, Navratilove, Bahramija koji igra i ovde. Znači, to su ljudi koji stvarno obožavaju tenis i to je nešto zajedničko i za mene, u mom slučaju. Da li će biti prilika, ne znam. Ono što sam ja obećao Leonu da ću ostati dovoljno fit narednih 4-5 godina, koliko god bude to potrebno, i da možda uradimo nešto što niko nikad nije uradio, a to je da odigramo, ako on bude toliko dobar, da zaslužimo valj kartu na nekom turniru, pa da odigramo kao otac i sin. Bilo bi fenomenalno ako se tako nešto desi, a ovo, naigrao sam se, toliko toga sam igrao mnogo duže nego što sam očekivao. Sad da li će biti neki zvanični oproštaj, ne, na kraju i bio je onaj Adria Kup gde je bilo pred publikom beogradskom u nekoj egzibiciji način kao nekog oproštaja, ali ko zna šta donosi sledeća godina, nikad se ne zna. Da, bilo bi super.
Ajde, vidimo se. Ćao.
Poznate lica, a sve su ovdje poznate lica, ali za razliku od ovih prethodnih, naravno, isključujući Ivu, ovo je jedno lijepo lice, Andreja Petković je s nama. Andreja, kao što smo već rekli, sjajno izgledaš, vjerojatno i sjajno igraš. Odmah si mi rekla, ne igram više tako sjajno.
Ne, rekla sam, dosta bolje izgledam nego što igram.
Ne znam kako igraš, ali što se tiče izgleda, tu nema nikakvih dvojbi, dakle, ne trebamo o tome razgovarati. Andreja, zanimljiva, evo tvoja priča nakon tenisa, ajde da te najprije to pitam. Ostala si na neki način i dalje uz tenis, ali nekako si nam se umješala ovdje u naš posao, je li tako?
Pa malo, da komentarišem puno, ovdje sam za Amazon Prime, radim za američke neke tamo Tennis Channel i tako dalje i to mi...
Dođi ti k nama, ti si na naše gore listi, bi mogla s nama raditi.
Pa mogla bi ne znam da li bi još mogla na srpskom, ali to mi prija i volim pogotovo da gledam tenis. Igrala bi ga i da ne bi morala da treniram, a to nažalost je najvažnije u tenisu je trening, a ne meč.
Očigledno si unutra, pratiš sve. Pa evo, kako se tebi čini ovogodišnji Wimbledon, a i u ženskoj, ali i u muškoj konkurenciji, koga vidiš kao favorita, odnosno što misliš, što bi izdvojila iz dosadašnjeg tijeka natjecanja?
Pa ja mislim, znači, za mene priča Wimbledona ove godine je kiša i zbog kiše ti neke povrede i zato što kad zatvore krov, onda ipak bude mokro i trava tu, da, ta mokra trava ipak se skliže i vidjeli smo da se puno igrača i igračica su se povredili. To je jedno. Na ženskoj strani mislim da je Rybakina najveća favorita. Na muškoj strani sam uvijek rekla Jannik Sinner, mada kad sam jučer gledala Noleta poslije rune meča, mislim da se i on opet stavio u tu favoritnu logu, jer Nole je uvijek favorita za mene, ali nismo znali kako će biti koljeno i jučer mi se činilo da je stvarno prevazišao to najgore na početku, da ga boli i da ne može da se kreće. Jučer stvarno izgledao kao mladi Nole, ne kao stari Nole.
Dobri stari.
Da, dobro stari. Tako da mislim da će to biti finale Sinner Djokovic i na ženskoj strani mislim da će Rybakina osvojiti. To su moje. Da.
Dobro, evo samo još jedno pitanje vezano za ove ozljede. Zaista ih ima jako puno. Trava je takva podloga, svi pokušavaju otklizati, napraviti pod navodnicima taj još jedan korak koji je na zemlji nekako normalan, na travi, naravno na hard podlogama nije normalan, o tome smo jučer razgovarali, dakle pa čak se kliže i na hardu, a na travi vidimo nekada to može biti vrlo onako loše za zglobove.
Da. Pa jako je opasno jer sad se vidi, pogotovo sad u drugoj nedelji se vidi negdje ima trava, negdje nema i onda kad se kliže i odjednom se zaustavi trava, to stvarno vidjeli smo jučer kod Novaka jednom da je baš zaustavio i pao i puno drugih isto. Onda to što sam sad rekla, kad je krov zatvoren, ta mokra trava bude još gora i bude klizavije, a kad si u meču hoćeš za svaku loptu da trčiš i to onda dovodi do nekih opasnih situacija, ali nadamo se da sada do kraja turnira neće više biti nikakvih povreda i da ćemo samo gledati dobar tenis.
Andreja, savršeno si to rekla, nemam što za dodati. Hvala ti puno na svemu.
Hvala vama, vidimo se.
Ćao.
Čekaj.
Ali evo ga Markus.
Markus, evo naš stari poznanik. Markus, pričaš hrvatski sad, možemo na hrvatski?
Ajde, idemo probati.
Hoćemo probati?
Probati.
Dobro se osjećaš, dobro izgledaš, dobro ćeš igrati ponovno. Je li ti lijepo ponovno ovdje u Wimbledonu?
Pa osjećam se dobro. Zgledam, ne znam dobro, ako je dobro, igrat ne znam, da budemo vidjeli, ali lijepo mi je bio da sam tu, lijepo je i every year I come here, oprosti, every year, I mean it's always a pleasure to be here, always a privilege to be in this event and looking forward to, seeing the guys, seeing you guys, of course, also every year and just having fun. I think there is nothing better to ask for in life.
First of all, I have to say, so big congratulations on your language improvement. A couple of years back it was only hello, then years back, last year it was hello kako si, and now it's much better, so let's continue improving. So well, next 10 years is going to be much better.
Exactly. Maybe one day we'll be sitting here talking in Croatian. Yes.
How's your family, first of all? Is everything good? Is your other nicer part, beautiful part, still playing tennis, better part?
Yeah, I mean she's very busy with the academy back home. We're just opening an academy in Limassol with one of the largest integrated resort, City of Dreams Mediterranean. She's very busy. She's enjoying her life. The kids are good, and all good. Yeah.
Marcos, this year's tournament is obviously interesting as well. First of all, I mean, knowing we're broadcasting to Serbia and all of these countries that Novak is larger than life. How do you see his tennis so far, especially after that injury? I mean, you had some difficulties as well. We know how hard it is to come back after an injury, especially like that when it comes to knee.
I mean, honestly, what I really think is Novak hasn't won a Grand Slam this year, or he didn't.
No, he
didn't. So I think in his mind right now, he feels that Wimbledon is his maybe only chance to win a Grand Slam. And when this guy puts something in his mind, rarely he fails, you know, like. So I see it in his eyes. I see it when he's playing, the way he's playing, his motivation, his hungriness. It's just for me, it's amazing. It's amazing. So if you tell me another player had a knee surgery, would he be able to come back? I will tell you no. But with Novak, he's such an unbelievable, you know, I don't know, he has something so special inside him that in these moments he takes it out and makes magic happen, makes surprises happen, and I would not be surprised to see him win here.
Marcus, talking from a player's perspective, how big thing is to be able to push yourself in those moments, as we know it. I mean, tennis is one of those individual sports where it's just you playing against somebody else and you have to push yourself. You don't have anybody else to help you except your coach, I mean, who can tell you something, but still you're in that heat of the game. You have to be that one to mentally even push it a little bit stronger than you can in some moments. So can you just tell us about that mental and physical moment? I mean, how to adjust all of these circumstances and make it work for you?
It's a training you do, you know.
It's a complicated question. Sorry about it.
It's a very complicated question, and it's a training you do throughout your life, throughout your years, and it's a training of taking decisions, quick decisions on the court. It's a training of mental fighting through every practice, you know, even when you don't want to, and waking up every morning even if you have pain and going through the pain, and you know, it's all these years of consistent discipline, self-discipline, commitment, consistency. That
sounds like marriage.
It's
married man.
It's easier than marriage, but no, I mean, it depends who you're married to. But
that's another thing as well.
But no, it's the way it is, you know. But I think it's consistency and working throughout your life and getting that, being in that position and putting yourself in that position every day, in and out, and after a while you become a beast at it.
Ivo Majoli. Iva, dobro jutro. Ti si uvijek dobre volje, tebi ne smeta kiša.
Pa sad već nakon 10 dana i svakog dana kiše, dosta. Ali ako je kiša sretna, nek pada svaki dan.
Iva, najprije moramo krenuti s onim što nas čeka. Važan dan za hrvatski tenis. Nastup Done Vekić u četvrtfinalu, pa evo, sigurno imaš neke insajderske informacije. S Donom si malte ne čitao vrijeme. Kako se osjeća, kako su prošle pripreme, odnosno kako će to izgledati danas? Daj nam malo neke insajderske informacije.
Pa mislim, Dona se dobro osjeća, svi znamo da je trava Donina najomiljenija podloga i imala je odličan turnir, ulazak u Vimbldon, tako da iz dana u dan je sve bolja i naravno svaki meč je težak, svaki meč treba odraditi 100%. Sigurno kad se gleda po nekim favoritima da je Dona danas favorit, ali ova cura je odigrala odličan turnir, kvalificirala se, imala je par dobrih mečeva, tako da treba biti oprezan, treba ići korak po korak, ali ja vjerujem u Donu kao što uvijek vjerujem i očekujemo pobjedu danas.
Moram te pitati, znaš li možda ovu curu iz naših juniorskih, mlađih nekih konkurencija? Igrala je za Hrvatsku?
Da, to sam vidjela, ali ne znam ju. Znam da je bila u Makarskoj na turniru, izgubila ja mislim drugo kolo, ali ne poznajem ju, tako da iznenadila sam se kad sam vidjela sve, ima razna backgrounds.
Iva, ti si 98. Ako se ne varam. 97. Dobro. Nemoj dodao, oduzeo u tom dijelu. 97. se osvojila Roland Garros, naš jedini Grand Slam naslov u ženskoj konkurenciji. Evo, čekamo prilično dugo da se to ponovi. Pa nećemo sada ići korak naprijed, ali može li se ponoviti?
Uvijek se može ponoviti, ali idemo korak po korak. Danas je dan četvrtfinala, idemo se fokusirati na taj meč, nego Dona odradi maksimalno, onda ćemo gledati napred. Ne volim gledati previše unapred, tako da evo ga, danas je novi dan i idemo ga odraditi.
Ajde na kraju pa ću te pustiti onda malo kako se osjećaš tu među svojim prijateljima s kojima si nekada igrala. Vidimo ovdje iza tebe je i ta protivnica s kojim si osvojila.
Ja sam osvojila. Je, pa super sam si s Martinom i sa većinom ljudi koji su ovdje danas sam u kontaktu, pogotovo ne znam, Tomi Haas, Martina, Francesca Schiavone, ima nas 5-6 koji smo, ajmo reći, u nekom tjednom kontaktu, tako da veselim se igrati ovdje, igram sa Gret Gruseckim, do sad nisam nikad igrala sa njim, igrala sam par puta protiv njega, ali je zabavljač, uvijek dobro raspoložen, tako da vjerujem da će i ove godine biti zabavno igrati sa Gregom.
Iva, hvala, želim ti puno sreće na turniru, ali prvenstveno da se jako dobro zabaviš.
Hvala puno, pozdrav.
Feliciano, how are you? Good. Nice to see you. Hello. Viška, our colleague from here. So this is going to Serbia, Croatia, and all of these Balkan countries. You played lots of matches against players from that part of the world. How do you see them?
I love Serbia.
Say something nice. Say something nice.
No, I love Serbia, of course. Especially, I have good friends there. A very good friend of mine was a basketball player, Nikola Lončar. Okay. So yeah, I have a good connection with this country, with Serbia. I have also other friends. So I can only say that I wish all the best for all the players from that region.
There's a young guy playing here. I mean, and he played such a pretty good match yesterday. I don't know if you heard of him, Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, he's still there. He's amazing, you know. I watched half of that match yesterday against Rune, and he looked comfortable on the court. He looked great. His knee is great, apparently. So yeah, he's in a great position again to do something great here at Wimbledon and to hold this beautiful trophy on Sunday again.
Feliciano, how is it to be on the other side of the fence? You're not playing anymore, but you're still in tennis, so...
It's very different, I have to say. I miss playing a little bit. There's nothing, I think, better than playing tennis. But I'm happy with my life also, and I have a very nice family. I'm busy also with working on the tennis industry, which is great. So yeah, I have nothing to say. It's only... I cannot complain, you know. I feel very fortunate.
Feliciano, thank you very much for this, and enjoy the weather in England.
You too, thank you.
There's a Croatian girl playing today, quarterfinals. You played against Iva Majoli. Iva is here, 97, Roland Garros. Are you still angry at her?
No. She was at my wedding.
Okay.
No. We had we're still in touch, and it's a great family reunion when we come here. But actually, with Eva, we are a lot. She came to my final, chapter, and I see her every time.
Of course, that's why I asked.
She invited me also to go to Croatia. I was there, and so we're good friends now.
Nice to hear that. What do you think about the ladies tournament this year? Who's going to win it?
Hey, that's a very good question. Can you
give me an answer? Donna, if you ask me.
Well, that would be nice, but no, I think Rybakina is definitely the one as a past champion, but I think they all feel like they have a hope now, and they can go home with this trophy. So.
Thank you. Martina, I'll let you go. Sorry about this. I know I grabbed you from the sea. See you soon. James Black, još jedno poznato lice. Da prestanem govoriti, ovo poznato lice, sva su poznata lica. James, nice to see you here. I have to start with Novak, because we're coming from Serbia and Croatia, covering that part of the world. Did you watch last night's match? Did you had a good night? And how was it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I thought that was pretty funny. I think it's... I compared it to like Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan gave his Hall of Fame speech, he talked about all the people that slighted him and all the ways that it motivated him. And for Novak, he's the best in the world, the best to ever play. So I think it takes something to motivate him. And if it was that last night that motivated him, that in his mind got him to play better. And that's part of what makes him incredibly special. And why I would compare him to the other great athletes of all other sports is that it's tough to probably match your opponent's intensity because they want to beat the greatest of all time. So for him to find that external motivation to always use something, it's impressive because he's been doing this for 10 or 15 years of having to find a way to motivate himself aside from just the history books.
Significantly, it's just something that we talked about this morning. So a colleague of mine mentioned Michael Jordan. Somebody else, I think, I don't know who was it, Richard Krajcek mentioned Michael Jordan as well. Now you're mentioning Michael Jordan in the same sentence with Novak Djokovic. It's not coincidence, no?
No, because already the athleticism, you got to put him in the category of the greats of all time in all sports. And then the mentality. The mentality is, in my opinion, it's similar. I see it in someone like Novak. I see it in Serena. I see it in Michael Jordan. I don't know Michael Phelps very well, but I would think it's that personality of wanting to defeat all comers. It's not just like, I want to be good for a little while. I want to be the greatest. And that's special, and there's probably others that have the mentality, but they don't have the athleticism, they don't have the ability to do it. So when you combine that mentality with that ability, that's when you have one of the all-time greats.
That's nicely said. I already asked a couple of athletes here, what's the percentage of mental and physical strength into building the whole thing, the whole perspective, the whole picture. Yeah. So how do you see it? Is there any ratio, or there's no ratio?
Yeah, it's tough to say an exact ratio, but
no, tell me exact ratio.
I would say it's more mental than physical. I would say the mentality, the way to tactically enter a match, and everything he's done that way. I would say, 60-40. 60% mental, 40% physical, because you still have to have that ability. There's certain things you have to have. You have to have athleticism. You have to have fitness. But the mentality, if you don't have that mentality, you also have no chance. You can play, if you don't have the mentality, but you have all the talent in the world, you can win a match here and there. You can win some points, but you're not going to win slams. You're not going to beat these players day in, day out, 7 matches in a row, 3 out of 5 sets, no chance. So that you absolutely have to have a mentality of wanting to be the best, of wanting to accept any challenge that comes your way. And clearly he's got that as strong or stronger than anyone that's played the game.
Okay. Novak is 37, as we know it. Now he's not getting any younger. No. On the other hand, we have these sinners and saints. So how do you see that battle?
Well, that's always going to be a battle against time. Not getting any younger. It's incredible what he's been able to do with his body. That takes discipline, which is also part of mentality. The discipline he has with his diet, with his training, with his travel, with his recovery, with his sleep, with everything he's doing, it's incredible. He's going to deserve a well-deserved rest when his career is over because he's been so nonstop and regimented. That's why he's still so successful at 37 years old. It's why he's able to kind of be one of the fittest guys still on tour at 37, whereas most players are retiring by then, and he still looks like he's got 2, 3, 4 more years of his prime. So really incredible, but at some point you wouldn't be surprised if it does start dropping off because, it has to, even Tom Brady, it started dropping off eventually. So what age that'll be, maybe he's already pushed it to the limit to be 37 and at the top of the game. Can he be 40 and still at the top of the game? I don't know.
James, you know what? Let's talk about that in a couple of years from now. Huh?
Yes, let's talk that.
Thanks, mate. Right, thank you. Thanks for that. Haas, 2009, ako se ne varam, polufinalist ovdje. Tommy, 2009, you played semi-final here. It was much better weather that year, I think. Was it?
Probably, yeah, for sure. It can't get much worse, can it? Yeah.
Did you watch Novak's match yesterday, maybe?
I didn't watch a lot of it, but I did obviously see the ending of it and his on-court interview, and I saw the score. So I think that's all I needed to see.
Okay, so first of all, just to let you know, to make you familiar with that match, he played amazing tennis. Yeah. Is it possible that he can still play that kind of a tennis, knowing his age and everything that is going on at the moment now?
Well, we're talking about Novak Djokovic, so, I think last I checked, last year he won 3 out of the 4 Grand Slams, so he obviously didn't forget how to play this game of tennis, and he's breaking records. Yeah, he's breaking records left and right. I'm just amazed that, that after the French Open, he had a little surgery on his knee, and he's back here playing and, moving the way he is, and it's great to see his sort of determination and focus and the urgency. I think you can kind of tell that he really wants to win here badly, and set a statement one more time, and try to win a slam, another one. So that's amazing to see. I'm not really surprised, to be honest, because I think he's one of the players that if he puts his mind to something, anything is possible.
He's obviously long-lasting in tennis, as he said yesterday, 20 years on the tour, and it's a big stint of time. And everything else is changing in the game. I mean, we have like different surfaces, different rackets, balls, and everything is changing. And he's obviously still playing. How hard is for a player to be on that level to maintain that kind of physical and mental strength and still compete with the best?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely impressive. I mean, everyone goes through their career maybe a little bit differently, but I think it showcased with some of the greats recently that your career can now be at least between 15 and 20 years. Obviously, also depending on how your body is holding up, as you mentioned, all the circumstances, different surfaces, week after week travel. You're starting a family. There's so many other components that a lot of people do not see, right? The behind the scenes, the work that needs to be done. Also the mental and the physical strength to keep doing what you are doing all the time. And especially for him now that, when you have sort of all the records in your pocket, to still kind of, putting all this pressure and intensity onto yourself to try to win more. Where does it stop? Where does it end? I mean, I know he's about 37 years old now. A lot of players can still play till 38, 39, maybe even 40 at a high level. I think tennis is still obviously very, very difficult to do that because you're always out there on your own, playing best of 5 matches. You happen to be fit and recover and all the little things that come with that. So it's impressive to see. But that's why even more so it's important to take care of your body, have a great team around you that takes care of everything around you, so you can mainly focus just on being ready when it comes down to playing tennis.
We just talked to Richard Krajicek, and he said that nowadays it's not. It is possible, but nobody's doing it because grass is different and circumstances are different. Nobody's playing serve and volley anymore. How do you see that? Is it possible still to play that way, and would somebody do it finally, eventually?
Eventually. I mean, obviously the insiders know that the grass court has changed. It's much slower than it used to be in many ways. The balls have changed, so it doesn't really allow you to necessarily always play serve and volley anymore. I mean, I was still coming from an era as well, watching tennis in the mid-80s until I started playing in the mid-90s myself here, and it was much different conditions. And Richard Krajicek even winning at 96.
Would you call it better times?
I wouldn't say necessarily better times. We're always evolving, we're always changing. I mean, I think you can argue the fact that in the mid-90s, probably when you were watching Wimbledon, the average ground stroke rally was maybe two shots. I mean, it was a serve and return, maybe a volley. There wasn't much really going on. So all the big servers, Sampras, Ivanisevic, Krajicek, whoever Becker, they were kind of always advancing and getting far. Even in the indoor tournaments as well, where it used to be much faster, where there wasn't much. You really weren't able to get much rhythm. Now it's sort of, if you're a good mover and you're a very good athlete, there's ways for you to potentially find a way to get into matches. So it's more demanding even on the players now to play longer rallies to try to finish the point. But you never know. There might be a player right now somewhere that is quite tall and moves extremely well, who loves playing serve and volley and has a great serve and good hands. You need to have the combination. It's not like you cannot go back to the net and finish the points there. We still see that obviously happening quite a lot, but from the entertainment point of view and the rallies that we see nowadays is incredible, right? And that's all being on grass, where the guys are sliding on the grass. If it's Alcaraz or Nadal or whoever you see, Murray, the way they are moving and getting these spectacular points done, it's also fun to watch for us.
Okay, finally, super easy question for you. Who's going to win?
I don't know. I mean, obviously you got to go with the players like Sinner and Alcaraz, who've been playing really, really well. I mean, Sinner's having an amazing year. The way he's striking the ball, the confidence that he's showcasing. If he's feeling physically fit, obviously I think we ought like to see a Sinner Alcaraz semi-final match. The way Djokovic is playing and his mentality, I'd love to see him in the finals against either one of those guys. And anything is possible in the finals. So
it's going to be interesting, anyways. Whoever it is.
That's for sure.
Perfect. Thank you, Tommy, for this, and wish you luck. Nice to see you again.